While most of our stories have some basis in myth and legend, the following tales can best be described as real-life mad science. The ideas of chimera, homunculi, and human-animal hybrids have enthralled both the scientifically minded and common man for centuries. Mammalian hybridization is, of course, possible. Mules and ligers are proof of that. Baboons and rhesus monkeys have been known to produce viable offspring known as raboons. Recently, an entirely new and previously undiscovered hybridization was found naturally occurring in a jungle in Borneo that is a cross between proboscis monkey and silver langur. Given that interspecies mating between modern apes can and has occurred, can modern humans create a new hybrid with one of their closest genetic cousins? Studies have shown that in some cases, interspecies breeding may have been an integral contribution toward human evolution. Evidence suggests that early human ancestors mated with Neanderthals. Traces of this lineage can still be found in certain geographical populations. In 1997, researchers compared chimp DNA to Neanderthal DNA found in Feldhofer Cave in the Neander Valley in Germany. Naturally, similarities were present. On a genetic sequencing level, chimps and humans are 99.8% similar, whereas Neanderthals and humans are 99.7% similar. Turns out humans aren't just related to great apes, they are great apes. Based on this, could modern human and ape hybridization be within the realm of possibility? In the late 1800s, a merchant and his hired men captured what had been described as an ape woman wandering the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. The merchant named his captive Zana and billed her as a sideshow attraction as he charged locals to gawk and gaze upon her. Zana's exploitation was made even more extreme by said locals, often getting her drunk and having their way with her. Through the course of her life, Zana would give birth to 6 children resulting from the aforementioned unions with local men. Those children went on to live relatively normal and civilized lives in comparison to that of their mother. Renowned geneticist Professor Brian Sykes of Oxford University analyzed DNA samples taken from Zana's grandchildren. He suggests that Zana belonged to a subspecies of modern humans and was essentially half human, half ape. Around the turn of the 20th century, a biologist named Ilya Ivanov was recruited by Joseph Stalin to create a half-ape super-soldier for the Bolshevik regime. Ivanov was known far and wide for his successful work in the artificial insemination of horses. He was said to have been able to inseminate 500 mares using the sperm of just one stallion, an impressive scientific feat for the times. He had also been successful in creating several hybrids, such as a zidonk from a zebra and a donkey, a rat mouse, and also a creature spawned from a cow and an antelope. In 1926, his experiments in this new super soldier endeavor began by implanting a human ovary into a female chimp to later inseminate with human sperm. He tried this method 3 times with 0 success. After these initial failures, he traveled to what was then French Guinea in West Africa and attempted to inseminate local women with chimpanzee sperm without their knowledge or consent. He underhandedly operated under the illusion of offering gynecological care. This too failed after the French government caught wind of his scheme and promptly kicked him out of the country. Eventually, he sought volunteers within Russia. 5 women volunteered for this new round of experimentation. By this time, much of Ivanov's stable of sperm donors had died. Only 1 male ape remained, Tarzan, but he too would expire in captivity. Concurrent undesirable outcomes eventually led to Ivanov and several other scientists to be cast off to a gulag in what is now Kazakhstan. Ilya would die not long after his release. An anonymous biologist claims that a human-chimp hybrid was born at the now-defunct Orange Park Primate Sanctuary in Florida in the 1920s. The geneticists responsible were said to have successfully inseminated a female chimpanzee with semen from a human donor. The resulting fetus was carried to term and was indeed born alive. Over the course of a few days, the science team had continuously weighed the moral and ethical ramifications of their actions and came to the decision to euthanize the chimera they had created. Rumors of ape hybrids roaming the grounds of Orange Park still persist to this day. In 1967, the People's Republic of China experimented with artificial insemination in order to create their own human seed. Though successful, the experiment fell through due to the onset of China's Cultural Revolution, and the pregnant chimp died after it was forcibly abandoned. This is all verified by the Genetics Research Bureau at the Chinese Academy of Science. The aforementioned research may have, in fact, acted as a springboard for current successes in creating man-made hybrid apes. Scientists at the Guangzhou Institute of Biomedicine and Health have recently announced the successful live birth of their own primate chimera. Monkeys were created using cells from 2 different embryos from long-tail macaques. The cells were dyed with a green fluorescent protein and then implanted into the wombs of female macaques. The glowing protein chronicled that the embryonic cells were not rejected by their host. The glowing cells were found to be present in the brains, hearts, and kidneys of the new monkeys. That, in conjunction with eventual live births, confirms the creation of new man-made chimeras. Miguel Esteban of the Guangzhou Institute had this to say:
"It is encouraging that our live birth monkey chimera had a big contribution of stem cells to the brain, suggesting that indeed this approach should be valuable for modeling neurodegenerative diseases. Monkey chimera also have potential enormous value for species conservation if they could be achieved between 2 types of non-human primate species, one of which is endangered."
But can this be done using human and primate DNA? Could new techniques and technologies give rise to a resurgence of Stalin's twisted vision of a human hybrid ape army? Or will they usher in a new era of human evolution? Time will tell.